CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. We're in Manchester here at the Victoria Warehouse for the MTK Manchester show. I'm joined by Martin Murray. How are you, mate?
Alright.
Yeah, you alright?
Yeah. On you, yeah.
It's warm out there. It's a bit nippy here, isn't it?
It's cold in here.
Decent show tonight?
Yeah, it was good, yeah. It was good, enjoyed it. It's some good fights on it.
Spot of commentating for you tonight as well?
Yeah, did the last two fights. Don't know how it sounded like, but it's yeah, it was good to obviously do that side of it. You know, it was obviously both fighters who were no here in, you know, out of Oliver's gym, and obviously Brian, who's fighting Conrad in his next fight, just got announced. Yeah,
it was a great fight. Obviously, he was meant to fight Luke Keeler, but Luke Keeler's out. So yeah, it's a great fight with him and Conrad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's a great fight for them both. You know, Brian's come back after 18 months. The opponent who he just fought was, I think it was a good fight for him to come back to. You know, he that one pushed him all the way, and it's, you know, if I had 18 months out and I was coming back to a fight, I wouldn't want to be going in there knocking someone out in 1 or 2 rounds. You need to be in them type of fights. It was a perfect fight to get the rust off for Brian, which he's done, and now he's fighting Conrad. You know, Brian's got to be looking at, like, if he wants to get to where he's going, he's got to be beating Conrad, but it's the same with Conrad. Brian's a top name for Conrad. He knows that if he wants to get where he's going, he's got to beat Brian as well. So I think it's a great fight for both concerned. Now,
your next fight will be on December 22nd here in Manchester, at the Manchester Arena, on the undercard of Frampton and Warrington. So opponent-wise, are we close to being announced yet?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But, you know, I think it was close to getting made for the EBU title, I believe, and then that didn't happen. And now I'm told there's it's very close to getting made for another fight, another big fight as well. So I think it's going to be for the world title eliminator. So, you know, I don't want to say anything yet because it's not official and it's not been announced and it's not sorted. But I've been told it's a couple of days away. So with any luck, I can. I've had a terrible year. With any luck, I can be in a big fight, finish this year big.
So the target next year is going to be straight chasing that world title shot then, Martin, for you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I don't want to be in little fights. I don't want to be in 6, 8 rounders anymore. I've done all that in between fights, and it's pointless. I need to be in 12-round fights. I'm the best I've ever been. I know I'm the best I've ever been now, as you know, fighting wise, and I just need the big fights, the right fights, and that's all I want to be in now. I want to be in the 12-round fights, and I've been told there's some big ones on the way. I know there's a world title there from, you know, obviously what happened this year with Billy Joe, you know, 2 pullouts. There was, you know, that was a world title fight. And I know that there's a world title in me, and there's definitely another world title fight there. So I've just got to keep chipping away, keep putting the hard work in, which you do, and I know we'll get there.
Yeah, it has been a frustrating year for you, and like I said, through no fault of your own. It's just the way kind of things have panned out.
Politics, innit? Boxing, the way it is. Yeah, it didn't. You know, it's been an headache, to be honest with you, but you know, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and I'm here and I'm happy, and I'm looking at having a big fight at end of next month, and then, you know, I'm still in the, you know, I'm still within the top 5 in some of the governing bodies, you know, in the world. So I'm still there or thereabouts. KUGAN, you know, it's been a long rebuilding process for me from the Groves loss in 2016, and you know, I've had a couple of, you know, I think I've only had 3 fights since then. I fought Monte Carlo. I've had 4 fights since then, so I've had 4 fights in over 2 years, which is not our want. You know, it's not how I want my career to be, but I do feel that I am getting way back up there, and I know that there's a world title there for me. I just need the right fight at the right time. But I'm just I'm grafting, mate, and I'm good. My family's good. I'm happy. No complaints.
What did you make of the whole Billy Joe Saunders situation that sort of recently unfolded over the last 2 or 3 months?
What do you mean with him losing his title?
Yeah, vacating his title, and obviously he had didn't fight obviously Andrade due to not being licensed by the Massachusetts Commission for his failed VADA test?
You know what? It's a funny one because obviously I know there was the whole situation with you're allowed to do it in
UK.
You're allowed to do it, but in VADA is it where he's not allowed to do it. So you know, I've been on the whereabouts program, but you know, I think it is.
There's a grey area there.
There is a grey area, but I think a fighter, a man at his level. You know, I was on the word about, even now I'm on, you know, if I have a medicine, I check to see what, you know, I put it in to see if I'm allowed to take it. I think at that level, I think you've got to. So even though there is a grey area, you know, and you can fight over here with it, he's fighting in America anyway, so, you know, I think he should have checked that. But, you know, it is one of them things, but I think it's a shame, you know, because that belt's gone over to America now. You know, it only come here by chance, really, you know, with Andy Lee knocking Korobov out and then him fighting Billy Joe, and that's why it was here. It's gone over to America now, which you don't want it because, you know, it's hard giving it back. So it's a shame it's gone back over there, but it's just one of them things. But you know what, I can honestly say I've got notes against Billy Joe. The fights were like, you know, everything that happened, I'm not bothered, but seeing how other things have gone on, it's not for me to judge, but maybe it's a bit of karma. Just maybe it's a bit of karma. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, everything happens for a reason, and I don't know what he's gonna do next. He's a quality fighter. He's an unbelievable fighter when he's on his game. So, but I don't know what route he's gonna take back. But I wish him all the best, and I hope that he goes on and becomes world champion again.
Okay, Martin, just a quick word on tomorrow night's huge fight here in Manchester between Tony Bellew and Alexander Usyk. He's really up against it. Everyone knows it. Everyone keeps saying it, but people have kind of learnt maybe not to write off Tony Bellew in the past.
You can never write him off. No, you say everybody's saying it. You know how much of a big challenge he's got in front of him. How much everybody knows it. He knows it, and he's the only one who's in the ring with him, and he's the one who believes that he's going to do it the most, and you know that's what he needs to be doing. You know, you can never ever write Tony Bellew off. Take it easy, Kurt. See you later, mate. Take it easy, pal. Come here. You can never ever write him off. He can punch. He's got an unbelievable, you know, boxing brain. He can really box, and I think one of the best things about Bellew is he believes in himself. He's got pure self-belief, and you know, I'm backing him all the way tomorrow. I know it's a tough fight, like everybody does, but I think he can go out there and do it, and I hope he does. He's a top lad, and you know, he deserves everything he gets.
Manchester will be rocking tomorrow night, and hopefully, like I said, it's one of those fairy tale stories for his last fight.
I hope he does it. Honestly, I really do. I'm rooting for him, and yeah, it's a tough fight, but I would not be surprised if he goes out there and does it.
Martin Murray, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and we'll definitely try and catch up with you ahead of December 22nd.
Yeah, I'll definitely catch up with you soon, man.
Top man.
Cheers, pal.
Thanks, man.